Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about the 5 books that I plan on reading in January. I will tell you that I've already finished one of them, but I still wanted to talk about it because it is included in my January reads. If I have more time at the end of the month, I definitely want to read a couple more books, but I'm definitely trying to make my goal achievable because things are crazy, get a little bit busy, and then sometimes I don't have as much time to read as I want to. So I picked out 5 books. I have read one of them, and it's the first one I'll talk about. That is Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. It is an Into Darkness novel. The front says, where the little mask is, the couple who slays together stays together. I saw a lot about this online, and I was kind of intrigued by the color, by the cover, but I didn't really know. I also like the color, but I didn't really know a whole lot about it. But the back says, trauma nurse Allie Cappellucci doesn't need any more kinks. She likes the one she's landed on just fine. To her, nothing could top the masked men she follows online. She fantasizes about one man in particular hunting her down, but she never could have guessed that one drunken text could make those dreams into reality. Josh Hammond has spent his life avoiding the limelight, but his online persona is another story. At night, he posts mass thirst traps for his millions of fans, but one follower has caught his eye, Allie. Together, Allie and Josh live out their darkest fantasies, unaware that Allie has captured the attention of someone with far more sinister intentions. As Josh turns from predator to protector, he must ask himself how far he'll go for the woman he's obsessed with. I really liked this. It was a really good read, and I've heard that there are not necessarily sequels, but they're kind of connected in the same universe to this one, which is why I picked up my next read, which is Caught Up by Nevessa Allen. Goodness gracious. The text on the mask this time says, "Get on your knees and pray," but pray as in like animal, like hunter and prey, predator and prey, I guess. So I guess I'll find out what that means. So Nico Jr. Torici, I don't know if that's how you say it, knows Lauren Marchetti is off limits. Men like him don't get to have women like her. It's why he pushed her away in high school and still keeps his distance. But Junior follows Lauren online, and now that the shy, bookish girl he remembers is gone, he can't stop obsessing over the strikingly beautiful woman who has taken her place. Lauren Lowe Marchetti knows Junior is dangerous. He broke her heart once, and she won't let him do it again. But as their flirtatious encounters escalate, Lauren starts to remember why she fell for the brooding anti-hero all those years ago. As old obstacles resurface, Lauren and Junior are forced to face their true feelings for each other and decide how far they're willing to go for a second chance at love. So I'm excited to get into this one. I think there's another one. It's like green. When I found those 2 at the store, I found both of these at Walmart. When I found both of them at the store, the only ones that they had were those 2. So maybe I can find others if they are there eventually. But I'm excited to see what those are like. Lights Out definitely is spicy. So if that's something that interests you, that's a great one to look into. Definitely a dark romance. If that's not something that interests you, I would stay away from it. And I imagine that this one, Caught Up, will be similar, but I can't say yet because I haven't started it. The next book that I want to read is The Wish by Nicholas Sparks. This one was one that my mom picked up a long time ago when she was still around. Those of you that are just finding my channel, my mom passed away to cancer, and it's just me, my siblings, and my siblings and I. They aren't really readers, so I found this book stashed in some of my mom's stuff, and I'm gonna read it on the back it says, in 1996, everything changed for Maggie Dawes. Sent away at 16 to live with an aunt she barely knows in Orcacoke, a remote village on North Carolina's Outer Banks. She could think only of the friends and family she left behind until she met Bryce Trickett, from the few teenagers on the island. Handsome, genuine, and newly admitted to West Point, Bryce showed her how much there was to love about the windswept beach town and introduced her to a photographer, why can't I talk? And introduced her to photography, a passion that would define the rest of her life. By 2019, Maggie is a renowned travel photographer. She splits her time between running a successful gallery in New York and photographing remote locations around the world. By this year, she's unexpectedly grounded over Christmas, struggling to come to terms with a sobering medical diagnosis. Increasingly dependent on a young assistant, she finds herself becoming close to him. As they count down the last days of the season together, she begins to tell him the story of another Christmas, decades earlier, and the love that set her on a course she never knew she could have never imagined. So this sounds pretty interesting to me, and I'm excited to go ahead and give this one a read. Next, I have The Wife Between Us by Greer Hendricks, it looks like. There's a little sticker on the side that's covering the author's name. Hopefully that's the full name. I've heard about this one before. It says, when you read this book, you will make many assumptions. You will assume you are reading about a jealous ex-wife. You will assume she's obsessed with her replacement, a beautiful younger woman who is about to marry the man they both love. You will assume you know the anatomy of this tangled love triangle. Assume nothing. Twisted and deliciously chilling, The Wife Between Us deftly explores the hidden complexities of marriage and the dangerous truths we ignore in the name of love. Read between the lines in italics at the bottom. That's gonna be, I think, probably pretty interesting. I like thrillers. I try to read at least a couple thrillers or horror books a month. I guess kind of a lights out, kind of, was a thriller and a romance in one. It wasn't necessarily a thriller, but it did have some twists that I didn't expect, so there's that. Lastly, I have Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. This is related to the movie The Martian. I don't know if the movie The Martian was the film adaptation of this book, or if it's like the first one and this is the sequel. I'm not exactly sure, but there's a connection between those two. I found out about this. I didn't see the movie The Martian or anything like that, so anyways, let's continue. This one says, a lone astronaut, an impossible mission, an ally he never imagined. Ryland Grace is the sole survivor on a desperate last chance mission, and if he fails, humanity and Earth itself will perish. Except that right now he doesn't know that. He can't even remember his own name, let alone the nature of his assignment or how to complete it. All he knows is that he has been asleep for a very, very long time, and he's just been awakened to find himself millions of miles from home with nothing but two corpses for company. His crewmates dead, his memory fuzzily returning, Ryland realizes that an impossible task now confronts him. Hurtling through space on this tiny ship, it's up to him to puzzle out an impossible scientific mystery and conquer an extinction-level threat to our species. And with the clock ticking down and the nearest human being light years away, he's got to do it all alone. Or does he? An irresistible interstellar adventure as only Andy Weir could imagine it. Project Hail Mary is a tale of discovery, speculation, and survival to rival The Martian. while taking us to places it never dreamed of going. I'm thinking that maybe Andy Weir is the author of The Martian, but don't quote me on that, I'm not 100% sure. But if you think this is interesting, I think this is definitely going to be something that I'm super interested in reading. So those are the 5 books that I would like to read in January. If I end up reading more, or there are more that I want to read after I've been able to get through these ones, I will let you guys know that definitely. I can also do like a January reading wrapped. So like what books I read in January, what I thought was interesting, all that. If you guys are interested in like reading content, things like that, please let me know, because I'll definitely make more videos like this. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys later.